Hey, my elevators. This is Elle Beecham, owner, creator, and founder of the Elevate Movement, which is a naturopathic approach to healing and mental health. When you are getting ready to expand, evolve, grow, shed layers, be on an upward trajectory for forward movement and all that, you shed people. You lose friends. People would misunderstand you. So much stuff happens. So this morning I made a post on Facebook, and I never asked for people to stand in the gap for me. But in this season of my life, I'm realizing that I have to utter the things that I need. I'm having to communicate and convey to people that I don't normally talk to or, share these things with, but I am having to be open and transparent about me, where I am in my life, the things that I need, the type of support I need, the type of love that I need. When I tell you, when God calls you to a higher standard, the higher standard is not in one area. It's across the board. I'm thinking, God, you're stretching me and you're wanting me to evolve and develop and to let people know that I exist. My therapy services are here, to help. God said, whatever your thing, life calling is that you will do for free, that's what you're supposed to. That's the way you're supposed to help. That's the way you're supposed to impart you and God's goodness and love and mercy into the earth. And you give it to other people. With that being said, I'm being stretched so much that I have lost a friend that I thought, that I would have. I didn't know for how long, but just thought that she would be there. A company, that I have been at for over 5 years. I'm now seeking, new opportunities and things like that. And I've had several opportunities, but the opportunities weren't right for me. For instance, I had one job interview that said, hey, we want you to start right now. We are willing to pay for this, relocation fees, education. You have pension and retirement. You have pension and 401k. You will be a part of the union. Everything sounded great, right? But go on and grow your hair back. What? Yeah, go on and grow your hair back. Because I don't want, that to be an issue or cause any, concern or something like that with management, because you will be in management with, corporate. You will be considered, a manager here. So as much as I wanted the job because it was the salary, loved the benefits, I was going to have to relocate to Lake Orion in Michigan, but I actually considered it. That was the only thing, right? Saying all of that to say that now that I am in this place of total vulnerability and surrenderance, it took a lot for me to get here. It took me losing things. It took me feeling like I was being stagnated, but I wasn't stagnant. God was positioning me, and I had to understand that his positioning may not look like what I want or need it to look like for me to be comfortable. I also had to understand that that's the purpose of it. Growth does not occur when you're comfortable. Growth occurs when you are super duper uncomfortable. So go figure, having to put all of that in perspective, having to love myself and nurture myself in this space, taking the advice that I give to my clients and my friends and all of this, making myself uncomfortable, knowing my worth. But here's the thing, God has to strip you and break you down from all the things that you know or think you know, so that you can grow and advance and evolve. So now that I am in this space, now that I am being stretched, now that I am allowing God to use me as a vessel. That's what's happening. So I don't know who else is in this space, but if you are in this space and you too are being stretched and you don't really know why, you don't know why the doors aren't opening, you don't know why the job didn't call, you don't know why the relationship ended, you don't know why the friendship ended, you don't know why every time someone says something to you, you take everything personal. You're very irritable, you're emotional and all of these things. I just want you to be comfortable in knowing that God got you. Be comfortable in knowing that all of the interim and that waiting phase, that it too shall pass. Mine hasn't passed yet, but I was today able to connect all of these dots, and all I could hear was my grandmother saying, don't wait till the battle is over, shout now. So what that meant to me was, this thing that I'm waiting on, this thing that I want to happen, this thing that I've been fasting for and asking people to save space for me and create space in their hearts and say a prayer for me and all of the things, that's something I would have never done. I would have never called on people to say, hey, pray for me, because I feel like you got to be careful with that. But I believe that I'm so covered now that even if someone, which I don't even think that no one would wish harm or anything upon me, right? Like, I don't deal with those kind of people. But now that I am in this space and God is using me and I am a light and I'm a vessel, I'm a visionary, like, it's time for me to evolve into another space so that my skill sets can be expanded, so that my knowledge can be expanded, so that I can be stretched. Who would have thought? But yeah, in this space, it's time for me to be stretched. It's time for me to elevate and go to the next level. So I just want to encourage someone today, like, that interim space is uncomfortable, but get around some people that love you, that can make you laugh and, kind of take your mind off of things for a minute, and then go back to what you know to be true, which is, fasting, saying your prayers, drinking your water, minding your business, laughing, having a good time, and enjoying life. But more importantly, staying true to you and continuing to do the work, your own personal work, your own personal growth, the studying, the praying, the meditating, the taking care of your temple, your body, all of the things. So until my next video, elevators, I just ask you all to keep me lifted as I keep you all lifted. We are all in this together. Drop the comments to let me know, if this video was instrumental or helped you in any capacity. I am here for all feedback, concerns, and if you want to hear a particular video on anything, just drop that in the comments too. But until my next video, elevators, this is Elle Beacham, and I'm out.